Let's now go with Cedric. It says, hi, my name is Cedric from Italy. I studied 3D art for 2 years. I like hard surface and sci-fi concept, and a feedback from you will really help me. So you got some good modeling stuff. My best advice for you, my friend, is texturing. We need to work on our texturing, because right now you're just using very basic materials, probably just like Arnold materials or Blaines or something like that. It's Blender, so you're just using the standard materials, and this kind of projects will always look better when you add variation to your textures. I know that if you're doing like product design, you don't need, and it's usually very clean materials, but if you want to go into games or cinematics, there's always going to be a little bit of texture. And right now I know that if I go to the base color, yeah, so see that there's absolutely no variation on the colors, so there's nothing interesting to look at. Okay, but let's take a look at the wireframe real quick. Okay, so yeah, so this is subdivided mesh. This is fine. It's triangulated, which again, it's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. Triangles are not a problem. And in general, the flow seems to be good. So in your case, my friend Cedric, if you want to do this or like product design, I would recommend you look at things like Elysium film concept art. And you might want to try doing some of, well, it was not Elysium. There was another one. I don't remember. There's some films, like sci-fi films, that have this very sort of like clean looking elements, and that's the kind of stuff that you could incorporate into your portfolio. This one is a little bit overexposed. Let me show you real quick. This is where, again, like Photoshop is very good. So you can see right now that the levels here, like the darks are very dark and the lights are very bright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push the dark colors a little bit out. So I'm gonna remove some of the dark colors, and then we can balance out some of the values right there. Same for the highlights. I'm just gonna bring them down a little bit. And that image right there, as you can see, allows us to visualize what you did a little bit better. I know it sort of like bleaches things out a little bit, but again, it can work. And then what you can do here is you can go, for instance, and do a little bit of color correction. So right now we have a very warm light, so we can make it just a tad bit warmer. And then we can go to the shadows, and we're gonna make the shadows just a little bit like cooler. It's just a very simple way to sort of like color correct things a little bit more, and give you a different sort of like effect, because otherwise it looks good, but I feel like this is a little bit too contrasty, and this is personal preferences, but it's one of those things that you can do to just improve your render a little bit more. Adrian Fernandez, yes, these reviews are for free, man. I do this, it's one of the things that I like doing here to help everyone, so this is completely for free. We did get a donation earlier today, so I really appreciate that. And if you want to support, as we said, the best way to do it is if you're in YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. It really helps the channel. So yeah, I would go for a couple of more complex models in your case, my friend, and I would go for textures. Like if you can learn the texturing pipeline, Substance Painter should be more than enough. UDIMs, make sure to use UDIMs, and again, we have a video there on the YouTube channel for UDIMs that's gonna give you an extra punch on the whole thing.